What is up, guys? This is ALTX here, and today I'm going to be bringing you round 19 of my NR2003 2018 season, this time from Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 400. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the starting lineup. On the back row is the 92 of David Gilliland, 66 of Mark Thompson, 96 of DJ Kennington. Then we have Cole Witt, Casey Mears, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Brennan Gaughan, Cody Ware, Timmy Hill, Matt DiBenedetto, Trevor Bayne, David Reagan, Ty Dillon, Bubba Wallace, Casey Kane, Michael McDowell, Paul Menard, Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, Chris Buescher, Eric Almirola and Alex Bowman, who respectively both got their first wins for the last 2 weeks. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Daniel Suarez, AJ Allmendinger, Kyle Larson, Jamie McMurray, Chase Elliott, William Byron, Eric Jones, Clint Boyer, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick starting 5th, Hamlin is starting 4th, Truex Jr. is starting 3rd. On the outside pole is the 41 of Kurt Busch, and on the pole is Brad Keselowski. And if I'm not mistaken, that will be Brad Keselowski's first pole and his first playoff point of the season. So now as we look at our playoff grid, Truex Jr. is still topping it with 22 playoff points. We've seen a little bit more variance in pole winners as of recent. Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch, Chase Elliott, and now Brad Keselowski's poles all coming within the last, 8 races or so-ish, I think, something like that. Alex Bowman definitely shaking things up with his victory. Oh, hold on. I didn't give him his playoff points. Hold on, let me fix this. That'll be 5. Go by points. Then by wins. Then we go by playoff points. Let me give these guys their points. There we go. Now it's accurate. Alex Bowman now is 8th on the playoff grid with the stats look a little bit ridiculous. 1 top 5 and 1 top 10. However, he's ahead of Paul Menard, who has 2 top 5s and 5 top 10s. So, as we can see, the consistency is playing to Bowman's advantage here. He definitely has the least top 10s and least top 5s of any driver inside the top 24 in points. But because of that win, he's able to stay safely within ahead of 3 drivers on the playoff grid and just barely below the cutoff line if he weren't going by wins. So that also shakes things up back here outside the winless drivers. With 2 new winners in a row, there are now only 4 spots guaranteed by points. Keselowski 12th in points, Johnson 13th, Hamlin 14th, Logano 15th, and Eric Jones with the last spot in 16th. So things are becoming increasingly difficult to lock your way into the playoffs. It's now Keselowski and Johnson who are at the top of the board. Let's look at more specifically at Keselowski, 511 points. And then actually back to Jones, it's only about 50 points. And then there's a large drop-off back to Chase Elliott. So Elliott has nearly 100 points to make up on Keselowski. However, he only needs to actually make up 52 points to get up to Eric Jones. But he still has a large way to go for that one. As you can see, the top 5 percentage is much different there. I think those points might be wrong for Eric Jones. Actually, no, now I'm not so sure. Now I think that's actually accurate. Yeah, no, those are accurate for Eric Jones because he'd be a lot higher up in points. It's just a lot of these guys who, like Bowman, Menard, like all these bottom 4 here, they all have 1 win, but they have not had great seasons. That's the crazy thing about this system. As we go back here, we're pacing now. Brad Keselowski looking for that first win. As we mentioned, top of the standings for drivers who have not won a race yet. And at the rate things are going, this is round 19. There are 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There are, I don't even know why I counted that out. There are still 8 races left until the playoffs. We can still get 4 more first-time winners. And then everybody trying to make it in on points will be locked down. Like, realistically, if we keep getting different winners, we probably won't. But we really could have a situation where we get more than 16 winners. And somebody who wins a race isn't necessarily locked in. It's possible. But 12 different winners in 18 races definitely should put some teams like the 2, the 48, the 22, those guys, even though they have a lot of points, it should alarm them. Keselowski seems to look to set himself up in a position where he won't have to worry about the, as he is on the pole. He will lead us down to the line as they creep down the back or front stretch. Green flag is out. He hits the gas, and Keselowski hits a great jump. Big wreck already. Huge wreck. That's Alex Bowman, last week's winner, up on his lid, flipping end over end on the backstretch. He's still flipping. Massive wreck for the 88 of Bowman. He and McMurray out of the race early. I don't believe there's any other cars with damage, but that is gigantic. Bowman, good thing he won last week, because now he is undeniably out of the race. Started off flipping. Didn't even make it to the middle end of the back stretch. And as the caution comes out and the drivers race it back to the line, Kurt Busch is going to try and get Keselowski. Keselowski will win the race back. We didn't even make it half a lap, and Bowman has already tumbled end over end on the back stretch. Keselowski does have the lead. 41 of Kurt Busch will have to relinquish that. We're going to go take a look at the replay. We're back here with the replay. We'll look at it in slow motion first. Looks like 88 just comes up. Suarez almost did the same thing. Ooh, contact actually there, but Bowman head first into the outside wall. Ooh, doesn't make contact with anybody else. Wow, did Stenhouse really keep it off of them? Incredible job by Stenhouse keeping it off of them. Did the 34 miss it? Did everybody miss it? I am actually incredibly surprised at that. Here we have Bowman flipping down the backstretch multiple times. Wow, that is one way to start a race. As we'll see it in full time here, Bowman seems to flip endlessly. Just drives it in way too hard. Almost happened behind him too. Around he goes. Everybody avoids it. No contact, but Bowman goes for a wild ride. He was able to climb out. He's going to be okay. That is a terrible way for him to start the race. As now he is out. That will relegate him to P39, I believe, because he was in front of McMurray. They're both DNFing, no question about it. Right along with Stenhouse. Bowman just got around Stenhouse and he was going for more. I guess he just got a little too overzealous with it. And what an incredible job by him. He got incredibly lucky that Dillon didn't hit him. And they just leave Bowman in the dust. Here's McDowell getting it woed up in time. Ooh, contact there between the 3 and 10. He turns it back right and gets it woed up in time just to miss the 88 car. And wow, those are the only two DNFs from that one, surprisingly. We'll be back with the restart in just a moment. We are back ready for the restart. Not entirely sure as to why the field is the way it is. I don't even know. Keselowski second, Kurt Busch third. I don't know why Eric Jones or Blaney are first and second, but that's fine. Jimmy Johnson fifth, Kyle Larson sixth, Martin Truex Jr. seventh, Kevin Harvick eighth, Daniel Suarez ninth. Rounding out the top 10 is Chase Elliott. So, as anybody could have anticipated from that accident, McMurray and Bowman are out. That is, that's bad for Bowman. Obviously, you want good finishes and you want to try and stay ahead in the grid. He's probably going to move down, but he's still locked in. It's really bad for McMurray because now they're on the verge of falling outside the top 30 in points. They just cannot get it together. The pace has been all right. It hasn't been quite there, quite fast. It's been enough to keep them decently in points. But they just, they've wrecked a lot. Not DNFs, just wrecks where they finish like 35th or something and barely gain points. It's just sour luck for them. It's keeping them from getting anything accomplished. So after the massive wreck on lap 1, had an extensive cleanup, we're going to be going back to lap 5, already down to less than 20 laps of racing from the 24 we had originally. Eric Jones is going to lead us down, and we're going to try this again. Long single file line of cars as they approach the box. Green flag is out. So you guys look like they try and almost move out. They are down and away. Field is already beginning to fan out double wide. Guys are wasting no time trying to pass cars and make up positions. Eric Jones still goes out front. He's still leading the race. He's got Blaney hot in his tracks. Blaney looked like he was going to be a championship favorite, just making sure nobody's wrecking. Blaney looked like a championship favorite earlier on in the season, especially when he got his win. But since then, it seems like he's backed off a little bit. However, it looks like here he's trying to reignite that championship run and get around Eric Jones for the lead. For the time being, though, Eric Jones is just barely staying ahead of those guys, as we were fortunately able to complete a lap this time. Pole sitter Brad Keselowski currently runs third, followed by Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson. So right now, not really exciting, all single file racing. I'm sure after Bowman was sent flying down the backstretch, everybody will be a little bit more passive and try and make it to the end of the race. Oh, is that another wreck? They saved it! Almost another wreck. Heavy damage for Stenhouse, though, and possibly for Kyle Busch. Stenhouse nailed the outside wall coming off the bumper of the 18. That is huge for him. Yeah, he's going to have some damage to the right side. You can see that car is not turning the way it was before that contact. Yeah, he's dropping spots back quickly now. I believe he came up on the 18. I can't really see the replay right now. As we go back up here, wow, okay. Eric Jones is pulling away. Not sure what might have happened, but Kurt Busch is going for the pass on Brad Keselowski. I gotta be careful. I'm gonna look at the rest of the field, make sure no one else dies. Because that was the same way Bowman in the McMurray wreck. Bowman just went in way too hot and took McMurray with him. Kurt Busch was able to get around Brad Keselowski. The 2 is now under assault from Johnson. Johnson is going to have the inside lane. So pole sitter Brad Keselowski falling back a little bit early on. Seeming to struggle. Oh, Johnson sends it in deep. Almost makes contact with the 2. Seems to be the moral of the story here. Cars driving it in a little bit too hard and making contact. As they all file out of turn 4. 47 is pulling onto pit road. Not sure what that's about. Stenhouse. I believe, it might have been Stenhouse and Allmendinger that made the contact, not Stenhouse and Busch. Busch might have just checked up due to it. It's definitely the result of damage for these 2 drivers coming on pit road so early. I believe they only need to make 1 pit stop. Unfortunately, that'll be right at the end of the race if we don't get another yellow. Might ruin the strategy game. So now after that contact, you can see a very careful. Timmy Hill and Cole Witt almost get together back there. That could have been deadly. Lots of really close calls. It's a really slick racetrack right now. It's not anything like it was in any of the testing. When I was testing the track's physics, it was hot and sunny. Forgot I wanted this to be a cloudy race, and I was like, whatever, we'll just make it 60 degrees and cloudy. And obviously that's had an effect. As Ryan Blaney goes for the pass on Eric Jones, he's on the inside. He's going to go right by him. No grip on the outside lane. And Kurt Busch looks like he's coming to pounce too. Doesn't look like he'll get it this lap, but if Eric Jones can gather himself back up, it looks like he will. He'll be able to hold on to second for now. There you can see Stenhouse coming back onto the track. Eric Jones back to the inside. I believe Mark Thompson just wrote the wall. Interesting. Eric Jones fights back on the inside, however, he's still got the 12 of Blaney to his outside as Kurt Busch almost makes contact with Blaney. Almost 3 wide for second. Oh! Heavy trouble. Oh boy, this is big. Huge wreck. Johnson's involved. The 78's involved. The 4's involved. Oh, here comes more. This is bad. Oh god. This is the whole field. This is a complete track blockage and the cars are going at speed. Dear God. I'm surprised. I'd be surprised if no one's dead. I am not entirely sure what just happened. There's Byron. He's out. Timmy Hill with heavy damage. Dylan, Hamlin. I'm pretty sure almost over half the field just DNF'd from this race. I don't know what just happened. There are smoking, destroyed cars all over the racetrack. All I know is I saw the 43 of Darrell Wallace Jr. riding the curb, and I don't think Johnson had anywhere to go. And after that, it was just a stack up, and there was no avoiding it. So DNFs are already starting to roll in. We're DNF'd up to P27, and something tells me we'll only have half the field left to finish this one out. I believe the drivers should be getting their only pit stop in here. While they do that, we'll go take a look at what just killed everybody. We're back here with the replay. Caution was not called for this. It should have been. The 43 blows an engine, and I guess right here he runs out of steam. For whatever reason, does not turn back down the track. Here comes the field down the back stretch. If they just stayed single file, they would have avoided this. Watch the 48 of Johnson. No, too early. Johnson made the initial contact with the 43. Should be right about here. Yes, here's the initial contact. Huge hit. He and Harvick take massive impacts. Johnson hit multiple times. Harvick sent up and over through his. Incredible job by the 42 avoiding. I believe they're not done wrecking. Keselowski. Oh, what? I didn't even see what happened to Brad. Oh, he was moving down to avoid it. Logano did. Oh my gosh. 2 for 1 Penske takeout. He comes back down the track and they ricochet off. And after that, it is madness from there. No way of avoiding this. Cars just start piling in hard on the brakes. There's nothing to avoid that. And that probably tops any wreck we had in Chicagoland. That is truly spectacular. We'll look at it again in full time. Johnson took quite a few blows. He, the 78, and the 2. Gosh, that's insane. And that's what really killed it. If he didn't make contact with Hamlin, and then here comes this whole pack of cars, nowhere to go. Good Lord. There's too much here to analyze at the same time. So many hard hits. 47 of Allmendinger. Oh, he almost makes it by with no damage. Let's see if anyone avoided it. Yeah, looking at it here, basically everybody from about Hamlin on back is screwed. There's no chance of avoiding this. See, these guys try to get through. Kyle Busch just takes as many cars with him as possible. Not intentionally, of course. But all of these guys here get involved some way or another. 6 of Bain almost misses it, but he gets by, not without some damage. And Kane rocks the 66 of Mark Thompson. There's just no way of avoiding that. No way in hell. Elliott and Larson were able to just miss this. Don't know why they went to the outside. Oh, they would have been clobbered by the 2 if they did. I hope nobody has motion sickness, because this is one of the most wild rides we've seen all season. He sees the 43 here, he hits the brakes, and it's too late. Gets hit from all angles, over and over again. Finally coming to a halt. And like Truex and Harvick and many of those guys, a lot of really great days ended. We'll have to go back to the restart and see what's left of the field. We're back ready for the restart. I accidentally just almost missed it. But as you can see, over half the field is gone. Like, almost everybody has damage. Second place is DJ Kennington. Never mind, he's a lap down. Almost everyone's gone. Good thing over half the race is done. I wouldn't watch a whole race with this many cars. Green flag's out. Here we go. Clint Boyer leads him. He's going to get a big run because everyone's going to be stuck behind the 96. A true catastrophe of a race. Almost every car in the field is DNF'd. Wow. It's a good day for guys like the 75 and 37. If you can get a top or 75 and 72, if you can get a top 20 and DNF in the same race, it's a good day. Not a whole lot to see. It'll be Ryan Blaney versus everybody else, or everybody here has a win except for Chase Elliott. This would be nice for Chase Elliott for him to get his first win. First, we have to make it to the finish, though. I'm not even sure if we can do that. Oh God, just move. For the love of God, just move. Okay. Clint Boyer's coming onto pit road. Why is he coming onto pit road? I don't know what's going on anymore. They literally all died. That is easily the #1 wreck this season so far, and maybe of the entire season. We had every car, almost every car, like, look at this, top 20, or the bottom 25 wrecked. And I believe everybody 8th on back has some sort of damage. Like, Blaney, Almirola, Elliott, Larson, Kurt Busch are the only unscathed cars. Jones has no damage. There are only 6 or 7 cars with no damage. Boyer's on pit road, getting service. Is that a scheduled pit stop? I don't believe it is. Well, there goes another contender. We were talking about Ryan Blaney looking poised to get his 2nd win of the season. as he was running right up front. It doesn't look like he'll have to work too hard now, except for Eric Almirola, who after finding victory lane 2 weeks ago is hungry for some more. Doesn't look like he's going to let Ryan Blaney get away with it so easily. Eric Almirola to the inside of the 12 of Blaney. It looks like he's going to complete this pass as the outside lane has had no grip all day. Blaney has to go. He tries to race him hard on the brakes there to try and avoid contact with the wall. Almirola just barely clears him. He'll get the lead. Here comes Chase Elliott behind Blaney. Elliott has not won. This would be huge for Chase Elliott to win. It would lock him into the playoffs as a driver who's on the outside looking in. This would really, really affect things for those guys who are 12th through 16th in points. Oh, Elliott tries to dive in on Blaney. Maybe there's some contact there. He is charging hard. All these guys here already have wins. Careful, almost 3 wide. Larson made contact with the 41 there, moving him out of the way. It is go time now here in Indianapolis, as they can't battle too hard, though, because Eric Almirola is getting out to quite the lead. Can't let him get too far ahead. Here comes Eric Jones, who was leading earlier, looking to get back to it. He's got a lot of cars to go through, a lot of hard racing cars. The last thing any of these guys want to see happen is Chase Elliott to win, because they just don't want more people locked into the playoffs. You know, they don't want new people to win, and it's going to be up to Eric Almirola to hold off Chase Elliott, because Elliott is charging hard right now. He is coming. 6 laps to go at Indianapolis. 6 laps is a long time. 6 laps at Indianapolis is roughly 15 miles. There's a lot of driving left for these drivers. And just because Chase Elliott might be battling Almirola for the lead in a lap or two here, does not mean the race is over. Does not mean it's won for either of them. Larson or Blaney could just as easily come back. Or even Kurt Busch. Or Eric Jones. I wouldn't give anyone else a shot. The winner's going to come out of these 6 here. And 2 of them don't have wins. The odds are looking pretty good for a first-time winner, however. Elliott lost a little bit that lap. Larson gained a little bit that lap. We'll check it here. The gaps that time shrunk for both drivers, actually. Elliott pulled down to the inside as if he was going to make a move. It didn't work. He's going to lose on that one. Larson gaining significantly on the 10 of Eric Almirola. Looks like we'll have a good one into the finish here. Although almost the whole field's gone. Now it's just between the top 6 drivers. And it currently looks like it's going to be a Ganassi, Hendrick, Stewart-Haas showdown. As Kurt Busch is the only one barely hanging on to these guys. As Larson's peeking to the inside of Chase Elliott. Looks like he has something to say about it. And he wants to have a shot at Eric Almirola. I'm having trouble saying his name. I'm going like Almirola. Can't say his name today. Larson didn't get quite the run off that corner that he needed to let Chase Elliott survive for a little bit. Oh, Elliott keeps trying to dive it there. It's too soon. Can't make it work. They've all closed right up to the back bumper. Here come Blaney and Eric Jones to join in on the fun. And now we definitely have a race here. Oh, there goes Larson to the inside of Elliott. That's going to be a change for second place. After this, I don't think we can have any more racing. We've got to have guys start to go after Eric Almirola. Elliott's able to defend it for longer, but that's not what needs to happen. They're all losing time as they battle like this. They've got to pick a guy to stay in second and go after Almirola. Oh, God. We have pit stops. Well, this will decide the race, I guess. Maybe we'll have a short race, but we'll see who gets off pit road first now. The rest of the field is already pit. Oh, no. Was this a strategy call by Clint Bowyer's team? Could Clint Bowyer steal the win? They've been running all these laps on fresh tires without battling. Remember we saw Clint Bowyer pit earlier. Did they try and short pit and undercut the rest of the field? This is huge. Clint Bowyer has not won this season, actually. Clint Bowyer could win and steal the show. We'll have to see what happens. That is massive. Almirola, barely beats Chase Elliott there. It might not matter, though, if Clint Bowyer gets back around in time. Race off here is going to be close. It's going to be Almirola over Elliott by just a little bit. As you could see, we could see Bowyer coming off of turn 4. Oh, never mind. He's just now coming off of turn 4. I don't know if it's not going to make a difference. It will not make a difference. He's not close enough. It's going to be Chase Elliott having to chase down Eric Almirola. God, I can't say it today. Eric Almirola. Yeah, Bowyer is nowhere in the picture. Must have been an issue because they have not gained any time. Eric Almirola back out front, looking for his second win. It's going to be Chase Elliott having to chase him down. Elliott not having a good outlap, only has 2 laps to make up the difference. And very quickly, Almirola is evolving into a real title contender, as he won 2 weeks ago at Chicago to get season win number 1. And it looks like he's going to try and win a second time in the season on Indy. 2 wins in 3 weeks. They're starting to click on all cylinders. There's still 2 laps to go for him to make a costly mistake. But time is running out for Chase Elliott, and things are looking a little bit more grim for their chances to win. Unless something tragic were to happen, like the lap car of DJ Kennington. No, never mind. He's actually not nearly as close as I thought. As what remains of the field of undamaged race cars goes down into turn 3 and 4. It doesn't look like we're going to get that exciting and thrilling finish we were hoping for. All the excitement and thrill was taken up in that big accident. However, it will be a popular win for Eric Almirola. He's got 2.5 miles to go. We'll see if he can pull it off. White flag is out for the 10 car. One last time around Indianapolis. Elliott did not gain time. He lost time that time. Almost 2 seconds off. He is perhaps out of the equation. It'll come down to he and Larson for second place, as Eric Almirola comes out of turn 2 down the backstretch for the last time. He won 2 weeks ago at Chicagoland to punch his ticket into the playoffs, and a second win here would solidify his shots, as all the one-time winners we're going to have this season possibly could knock some people out with wins, but a second win here means everything, as it solidifies his chance in the playoffs, and it solidifies his chances as a playoff contender for the championship. Here he comes. He's going to win. Out of turn 4, Eric Almirola wins his second race of the season. Elliott edges out Larson for 3rd, Kurt Busch 4th, Eric Jones 5th, Ryan Blaney 6th, and the rest of the field is basically dead. Almost a walk-off victory for Eric Almirola, as he was able to stay in front of the field while they were battling each other to try and get second, and then the pit stops came. Elliott almost passed him on pit road. If Elliott's crew was just a split second quicker, that would have made the biggest difference, and that would have definitely changed the outcome of this race. However, Almirola's crew was clutch when it needed to be. That's a mouthful. And they were able to keep him in the lead, and after that, he drove away, said sayonara, and that is second victory on the season for the 10 car. As they all pull off into pit road, we'll look at the results here. Top 10, Eric Almirola, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch, Eric Jones, Ryan Blaney, Clint Boyer, Cody Ware, Paul Menard, Brennan Gunn, second top 10 in a row for Paul Menard. Trevor Bayne is 11th, Allmendinger 12th, Kennington 13th, Timmy Hill 14th, and those are all the cars that finished. Everybody else DNF'd. William Byron, second week in a row DNFing, but it's not such a bad thing for him. Actually, no, he didn't DNF last week. He DNF'd in Chicago. Whatever. DNFing is not such a bad thing. 15th place in a DNF, I'd take it. Hamlin, Dillon, Mears, Busher, Witt. Got Casey, Chris Cole. That's your top 20. Gilliland 21st, Truex 22nd, DiBenedetto 23rd, Kyle Busch, Keselowski, Logano, Johnson, Harvick. That's all the way back to 28th. As we move further down, Mark Thompson, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Daniel Suarez, David Reagan, Ryan Newman, Ty Dillon, Michael McDowell, Casey Kane, Bubba Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Jamie McMurray, and Alex Bowman. So almost the whole field wrecked out of this race. 2/3 of it, or no, 3/4 just about, I believe. No, 2/3 of the field did not finish the race. That's incredible. As we look at the point standings, these were the points post last race going into this race. So we can get sort of an idea here of how things are going to go. That little battle for the top regular season points might not change. It will definitely get tighter as Hamlin's going to make up some ground. That's not what I'm looking at mainly, though. What I'm looking at mainly is here. Alex Bowman is going to lose a lot of points. The 42 and the 41 are going to gain points on that cutoff. Menard's going to gain points. Big thing here is Eric Almirola getting that win. He'll have his 9th top 5 and 13th top 10 on the season. That's easily That's a season best over Truex. Truex did not have a very fortunate day. One of the fast cars that was taken out in that gigantic wreck at about halfway. So for Almirola, that will be 10 playoff points. Let's see, where did he finish? 536. I believe he's going to pass Blaney. Let's see, Blaney's going to be awarded 35. Almirola will be awarded 45. Yes, Eric Almirola after this will gain 10 points on Blaney. So he should be, this will place Almirola all the way up to 4th on the playoffs grid. He and Blaney will each have 10 playoff points. However, he's going to have just one more point. So this is going to propel Almirola from 7th to 4th on the grid. So that's great for them. I think we saw Brad Keselowski get his first pole of the season. It's not going to mean anything, though. But they are very fortunate that Chase Elliott did not win. And these guys here are very fortunate that Eric Almirola won again. It is good for them. So race 18 down, race 19 still to come. 7 more opportunities for any of the top 11 to win, or 7 more opportunities for the rest of the field to lock their way into the playoffs. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the race. I'll see you on the next video.